This video is brought to you by my awesome sponsors over at Patreon. I could not do videos like this without your support, and it means the absolute world to me that you guys would be willing to support me. Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are here with a bunch of prints sitting in front of me, and that is because today we're going to do a review on Atomic filaments. Now Mike over at Atomic was nice enough to send me a bunch of spools of filament for me to test out, and so I thought I would give you guys a rundown. Now he sent me 5 spools, but I'm only going to be reviewing 4 of them because the 5th one I'm still trying to figure out how best to print PETG on any of my printers, and until I kind of figure out settings, that review is going to wait until later. But here we have some ABS and some PLA, so I thought it'd be kind of a good thing to show you guys what we've got. Let's start out with the ABS because there's only one of them and I freaking love it. So the ABS that I got is their Teal ABS. The Teal ABS is super, super pretty, and it prints like butter. It looks like you're printing taffy. So I printed this, which is the any angle tool that you can download off Thingiverse. I will leave links to all of the models here below so that you guys can print them out. But I printed this and it works awesome. I used it on the corner back there. I specifically printed this in ABS so that it would have a little flex to it because ABS isn't quite as rigid as PLA is, and that was a good choice. And it worked out awesome in the Atomic ABS. Like I said, printed like a dream. My standard ABS settings worked perfectly for it. I will leave information down in the description box with the settings that I use on my ABS and PLA prints because all of these used my standard settings. I didn't have to change them at all. So I did that, and then our walls are teal in the living room, as you guys have seen a couple videos ago. So I thought it would be a perfect time to print out a case for the Echo Dot, and this case fit perfectly. It printed out awesome. The supports removed super easily, and even the bottom where the support's connected looks pretty good. So seriously, have had no issues printing with their ABS. Bronze. Now the bronze is not a bronze fill, it's just a bronze colored metallic filament, and it's super, super pretty. It's a nice, rich, bronzy brown, bronzy chocolate color almost, and it printed out so amazing. This is a PLA, and it printed, like I said, with all of my standard settings. I didn't have to change any of the settings, and it printed absolutely fabulously. These were both printed on the Trinus, and there is like 0 stringing. I didn't do any cleanup on this little cat, and I will zoom in so you guys can see there is 0 stringing, and it looks freaking amazing. So I was really, really impressed with how easily and smoothly these printed. The diameter of the filament was very close. It was a very tight consistency. I don't think it varied more than 0.01 in either direction. I did talk to Mike over at Atomic while I was at Murph, and he said that he does strive for a 1.72 diameter filament when he is extruding the filament out. So that is the best number to use, and I did start using that after he told me. All in all, I have to say the PLA printed so easily. Just like the ABS, it went down with no issues. It printed super, super smooth. So that's the bronze filament, and this is the spool to the bronze right here. It is a standard spool. There are 2 holes, top and bottom, so 4 sets of holes total between both sides of the spool. And I haven't found an issue. I don't know how you guys deal with this, but this is usually what I do if the filament doesn't quite make it around to the next hole. Rather than drilling a bunch of holes in these spools, I just twist it like that. So that's a little tip. The print temperature on these is between 190 and 230. I printed them all at 220, which is my standard PLA temperature. This time of year, it does drop a little bit in the summer when it's warmer in here. But yeah, I was really, really impressed. My favorite though, I think, oh, this is a toss-up between my favorite. I love both of these. But we're going to talk about the Starry Night color. The Starry Night color is a nice, rich, bluish violet color. It's one of those really interesting colors where in some lights it looks super, super blue, and in other lights it looks really, really purple. It does have the tiniest bit of like a silver fleck to it, it looks like. And it is seriously one of the prettiest colors on the face of the planet. It's slightly translucent. I wouldn't say it's anywhere near a full translucency. But it does have a hint of translucency to it, and it prints out just as well as the bronze PLA printed. It's one of the prettiest colors that I have used, and how freaking cute did this unicorn turn out? This is the ponycorn, the rearing ponycorn that you can find on Thingiverse, and it's freaking adorable. So I printed that out on the Trinus. Actually, both of these I printed out on the Trinus. Then while I was going to the Midwest Rep Rap Festival, I thought it would be good to have a business card holder. So I decided to print one out in the Starry Night PLA, and it also turned out good. Now, I did have a little bit of warping on this one, but that had nothing to do with the filament and everything to do with me not printing close enough to the bed. All in all, awesome filament. I've still got it loaded into the Trinus. I plan on printing it with it a little bit more because it is an awesome, awesome color. I did print some keychains out of this when I went to Murph, and they were one of the first to disappear. I think I printed 18 of them in this color, and they seriously left the table immediately. So that is the Starry Night color. Now the last color, I have two prints. One is right here. The other is the part of the spool holder that I printed on the Trinus. Now, this is the PLA. It is their Jet Black PLA. And it is one of the truest color blacks I have seen. I tested it against every other black PLA that I own, and it was definitely the deepest in color all around. There were a couple that had a nice rich black color when looking at a flat surface, but then if you were looking at like the side of it, it was kind of grayish or brownish toned. This is seriously a true black through and through. So it is kind of nice to see that. It does get a super nice shine on it. If you're looking for a good black PLA, this is one you definitely have to try. Now the Extreme Jet Black PLA does cost a couple dollars more than the standard PLA, but literally only a couple dollars. A standard spool of their PLA and also their ABS is $29.99. Their Extreme Jet Black PLA is $31.99. So it's literally $2 more to get this amazing, deep, rich black color. So that's all of the prints that I have available easily to show you. So my overall thoughts on Atomic Filament. For the price, the quality is insanely good. At $29.99 for a full kilogram spool, that's really a good deal for the quality of filament that you're getting. In addition to that, they have a great selection of colors. You have tons of colors. They have ABS, PLA, and PETG. They do have some carbon fiber filaments. They have a ton of amazing colors in super opaque or translucent. They've got it all. So there's definitely a lot of cool stuff that they have to offer. In addition to that, they also are coming out with some new stuff. I did just see that they have a Aqua Silk PLA, which looks freaking amazing, and a little birdie told me I may or may not have some of that in my P.O. box waiting for me, which I'm super excited to test out. It looks awesome. It's a much lighter color than the teal is, but it's a super pretty shade, and it has some insane shine to it. So I'm very excited to test that out. So would I recommend Atomic Filament? Yes, they seem to have a great quality filament, and everything I printed here, I printed using my standard settings in terms of retraction, temperature, heat bed, all of that remained the same from one PLA to the next and from one ABS to the next. I didn't have to make any special adjustments whatsoever, with the exception being the filament diameter. After it was recommended that I switch it to 1.72. I did that. Otherwise, everything printed fabulously with my standard settings and printed fabulously on both the Flash Forge and the Trinus. So that's really all I have for you guys today. I hope you have a fabulous weekend, and I will see you guys again next time.